All right, what we have here in pieces is the MaxWorks tumbler composter. Bought this off of Amazon for, I think it was about $80. It comes in all of these pieces that you can see here, so I tried to spread it out for you. It's not complicated though, it's literally just a jigsaw puzzle. These are all the nuts and bolts and things to help put it together. The reason I bought this is because it has two different chambers in it. So this is the sliding door panel you'll see here. This is what it looks like all assembled. A lot of these little snaps right there just kind of clip into the hole next to it. I'll show you that somewhat step by step here. The frame is really simple. So you have these two U's right here. That's A, that connect into those two pieces right there. And then as you can see, they connect in the center as well for the stability part. So it's not hard to put together at all. It holds up to 42 gallons. And again, the reason I bought this one is it has dual chambers. So you can put, as it says here, for example, all right, so putting your stand together, as you can see, A is the curved piece, and then it comes down to B. Again, it's not hard, but what you're doing, you're trying to just make this A like that, and then you make two of them. Here's the other one, and then these two pieces slide into each other, as you can see, like so, and your frame is done. It's that simple. Okay, so before you start to assemble the actual tumbler itself, just take a second and think about what you're doing here. So you have two outside pieces. That's your middle divider. You have two doors right there. And then you have 2, 4, 6, 7 pieces. Obviously, it's going to be 8-sided. It's an octagon. And then the two doors fit in side number 8 that have the two slots. So those doors go into those slots, obviously. And then essentially all you're doing is you're building around, let's see if I can show you, you're just building around the octagon. So you can see all the different holes on each side. And then when you take any of these sides, which are all the same, we're going to line these two holes, let me show you. See how that kind of lines up? And then I'll show you how they connect in, and it's that simple. You just go all the way around, make sure the divider's in the right spot. Okay, so here's the first one. The easiest way to do this is look for this edge, for this corner, and line this corner up here. See how it has the kind of the flange here. And then these screws will line up, so you put a screw and a bolt in here. And then when you take your next one, as you can see, it's got this lip, and it just miraculously, it'll slide underneath right here. Obviously it needs to be flush here. That hole line up there, that hole lines up there, that hole lines up there. Put the screws in, and you can see how it all lines up, and you just go around the corners. All right, so we're almost halfway through. I don't like showing the video where I put in every single screw, but you can kind of see how it's lining up. I do recommend you stick it on a surface like this, and then put these in first, those little guide holes, and then put the two bottom ones in, and then work on the ones on the side. All right, so it's time to put in the divider. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels in, and you'll see there's a ridge around here. And there's these little dividers right here. That's what these little teeth go into. It takes some wiggling. I already put it in and pulled it back out, but you can see how I've got an open slot here. And so you're gonna slide it in through those railings and snap it in, and then you can continue on putting on more sides. But make sure you put this in before you put any more pieces on the outside. All right, so putting in the divider is not the easiest thing. This is why I do some of these videos. I already have it together, but what I'll suggest is do this piece last, and then have everything else in except where the doors are gonna go. And then you have to just keep on moving it around through that little lip right there. It probably took me 20 tries to get it right. So once you get that right, you can put your other end cap on. Like so. It's obviously just placed there, and then put in the rest of your screws down there, and then we'll slide in the spindle on the stand, and we'll be done. All right, so the last piece of this puzzle is you want to put the spindle through the center of the tumbler. I recommend laying it down like this. Don't try to do it standing up. It's way too difficult. You're gonna put the top of the bolt into rest on top of this A-frame, and then you'll put the bolt on the other side. And so you see how it is here. So this is kind of sticking out, and then you'll line this up and you should be good to go after that. All right, the last step here is just go ahead and tighten up these bolts. You'll notice here on the doors there's a plus on one and there's basically nothing on the other. All I can assume is that is because you can tell the difference between, say, one side with certain things and the other. The most important part of this video are these things right here. So I learned along the way as I was putting this together, I had this piece over here and I could not get the other side to line up. So really, really important, line up the triangles on both sides. That's where the doors are. And then the other piece to this puzzle is, again, like as you go along, I left a lot of these loose. And then once I got everything snapped in together, both end caps on, then I tightened everything on. And that took me a solid hour. So why I started doing these videos in the past over 10 years ago is because instructions are not very good. So I hope some of the little tips helped. This was not an easy install. Or assembly rather. I thought it was going to be super easy. It wasn't, so just take your time. Maybe do it in stages. But once it's done, it looks pretty nice. Good luck.